Well, it's a beautiful day here in central Montana, and Linda and I are going to show you a relic from the past, the Carter Ferry that's still operating here in Montana.
A relic from the past? You resemble that remark.
The Missouri River in Montana gets its start clear down here in the chin of the state, where it's just a trickle coming out of the rocks. Along the way, it's joined by thousands of creeks and other rivers, such as the Big Hole River, the Gallatin, the Jefferson, the Madison. As it follows along, grows bigger. Names you'll recognize if you ever read a Zane Grey novel, such as the Milk River, the Mussel Shell, the Yellowstone, and in part because of the Yellowstone, the Tongue River, the Powder River. Those are just all in Montana and many, many, many others. It's an incredible river growing ever wider as it reaches all the way to St. Louis. And one thing's for sure, from the Native Americans to the trappers to the buffalo hunters to the people making their way out west, the settlers and the wagon trains, crossing this river was difficult and dangerous. And it wasn't unusual for people to pack up their valuables and bury them on one side of the river while they made their way across to the other side, hoping that those things would be there later if and when they came back. I guess that makes it a treasure hunter's dream. So today's story on Gonagain is about when we finally got a better way to cross the river, when they put in the ferry system, and some of those ferries are still in use today. Well, this is the Carter Ferry. Left over from the old days, but still run by, I think, the Montana Department of Transportation. I know it's state run. We'll have to see if we fit. I think we do. There's a couple of these ferries in Montana, and they keep them running to service the farmers and the ranchers in the area. Otherwise, they'd have a long way to drive to get around. So they keep them going.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, we got a nice day today, though, didn't we?
That ain't bad.
Yeah.
I wish the wind would blow a little harder.
Yeah.
I like when it blows about 50, 60 miles
Oh.
an hour. Yeah. This is something to talk about.
Yeah, you must like it a lot here in Montana. It's always blowing.
Oh, that's good.
How long you been doing this job?
About 26 years.
Highwood, Montana. Boy, it's been a long time since we've been here. Wonder what's new. Not much new. It looks about the same as it did, like, I don't know, Linda, 20 years ago?
Wait, there's more though.
Oh, there's more?
I think.
I think you're wrong.
See, there's more.
Somehow I remember this hill as being a really hard climb. You know why? Because it was because of that old Ford pickup truck that we had that wouldn't get out of its own way. And towing a little tiny camp trailer up this hill, it was everything it could do. Oh, the good old days. Wild turkeys. Well, we got fooled by the weather. We got a couple of days of sunny weather and Linda and I headed out, and last night was okay, but we were camped at a campground in the city of Fort Benton. This is a National Forest campground, still closed here the end of the first week of April, so not even open yet. Problem is, it was like 15 or 20 miles of rough dirt road back into this point. But we're gonna go find a boondocking spot. Well, we did find a dispersed camping spot. It'll do. Problem is, our girls don't know where we're at. We told them we were going up to that campground, and there's no cell coverage up here, so I'm going to send them a signal with the Garmin inReach. You know, I don't sell these, I don't make anything off of these, but I recommend that you guys get something like this. This is the Garmin inReach. There's some other brands. Garmin is known to have the best coverage in the world, but I can send my girls, both of them at one time, a message saying exactly where we're at. Actually, I just say, hey, we're fine, and this automatically gives them our exact location. So if they don't hear from us again, they know where our last transmission was from. So I can do that. That's a pretty cool thing. Oh, and after you buy this, they have different plans, and we've got the cheapest plan. It's less than $12 a month. We pay for it a year at a time, and for that it's like $12 a month. They give you like 10 free text messages, but after that, so what if they're 50 cents a piece? I don't care. So I send my girls a text message and I use my 10 messages and it costs me 50 cents. I don't care. That's cheaper than a phone call. I was thinking of the old coin machines. Never mind. There. Now they don't need to worry about us.
Hello. What you doing out here in the woods, huh?
Just hanging out. You come here often?
All the time.
You should be able to catch brookies in here, brook trout, cutthroats, brown trout. Yeah, that's usually what you find up here in the mountains.
They say the brown trout is really smart, hard to catch.
Smarter than me?
Maybe.
Ain't hard.
Yeah, brookies are fun to catch. And they're fun to eat too.
Yeah, they are. They're pretty meaty for a little fish.
Yep.
Hey, something I wanted to let you guys know. Linda and I did sell our off-grid property last month. The deal finally closed. We were so happy when we bought that place because it is beautiful out there. But it had its problems. We had a problem with a neighbor insisting that he had a
Had a road.
easement through our place, and he didn't.
He did it.
We were very careful when we bought it, and that turned into a big legal mess that we did. I don't want to go into, but let's just let it suffice to say we won. But what a pain in the neck. We had to deal with that. Cattle constantly breaking through our fences, and boy, when they get in, they destroy everything. You get a couple dozen, or how about 200 head of cattle, all down along the in our pristine creek area. They just destroyed it.
They destroyed our picnic area where granddaughters would play in the dirt.
Yeah, they would do that.
They turned it into playing into the cow poop. So
yeah, and that happened too many times. Once they do that, it's destroyed for the rest of the summer. But there was things. So we were constantly out there fixing fence and mowing and poisoning noxious weeds and just barn repair, trailer repair. If you buy off-grid property, what did you say?
you have to be on your off-grid property.
Yeah, you can't just leave it. Like, we didn't have time to go out there all the time. So it became a big headache. We're glad it's gone now. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's quite a responsibility.
Had we lived on our off-grid property, it might have been different.
That's right. Off-grid property as a recreational piece of land is probably not a good idea, depending on your neighbors and how things are out there. However, if you want to live on it, I'd have been totally happy living on it, but
Yeah,
you get snowed in out there. You go weeks at a time without being able to get out. So anyways, just want to let you know that
it's gone.
it's gone. We're free again. When the weekends come up, we don't have to think about, what kind of off-grid property repairs do we have to do?
Remember that fence line we were supposed to work
Oh yeah,
on?
there's that. Nah, no more of that.
Yeah.
So coming in here today, we passed many beautiful cottages and cabins, and most of them off-grid, and they look so nice, but I've learned my lesson. So now that we're free to travel, the gas prices are sky high. Holy moly, you just can't win. This is the time of year.
Or we usually go somewhere.
Yeah, we usually head south. Springtime is a good time not to be in Montana because the weather is pretty obnoxious. But
Yeah. I call it, the weather is wishy-washy because you get days like this, 78 degrees, beautiful weather, and the next day it snows.
it's going to snow tomorrow.
It
and the next few
is.
days.
Yeah, I'm not making this up.
No. As a matter of fact, we're up here in the mountains. We got some snow on the ground right here.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. But you know what that's been doing? That's been keeping us close to home. You might notice that our videos have changed over the last couple months. Part of that was because of Linda's broken ankle, but even now we're playing a little closer to home.
So it's my fault, eh?
Well, I did buy you that bike.
So it's your fault.
So we're playing a little closer to home, but what we're finding out is we're getting to learn and getting to know our home state a little better, so it's all good.
Yeah, and coming back to places that we hadn't been to in, like this place, maybe 15 years.
Maybe 20 years since we've been to this spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good. Baby Sasquatch. Oh, no, it's Linda.
Can I do the Sasquatch walk? Well, no matter how bad things seem to be, no matter how dismal it is, the high price of gas, broken ankle, things that make you think you can't get out. Well, you can. You don't have to go as far. There's cool things all around you. I guess you just gotta find it. And the fun is in the search too. Don't forget that. It's not the destination, it's the journey. And the journey sometimes is the search.
That's right. Coming in here, Linda and I saw a lot of deer out in the broad daylight feeding. And one thing you can be sure of, if you see a lot of deer out during the daytime, it's either no moon at night, so they can't see, or there's a storm coming. We happen to know there's a storm coming, so that's why they're all out. Just hundreds of them, just all over the place. A lot of deer.
We've had a busy day.
It's been a busy day, but it's been a beautiful day. Anyways, we're going to sign off right now. It's time to make some coffee and kind of settle in for the evening. And tomorrow morning, we got to get up early and book it out of here before the snow flies.
Yep.
Thanks for coming along. See you around.